Manchester United waited and waited for the signing of Radamel Falcao, but in the end, they got the deal done. James Cooper in Manchester.
Yes, they have. White smoke coming out of the Aon training complex, and it's white smoke they've been waiting almost 7 hours for since Radamel Falcao arrived in Manchester. It was a long process. It took an awful long time, a stringent medical, but Manchester United have got their man and confirmed that it will be a season-long loan from Monaco. They're paying Monaco around £5 to £6 million for that deal, plus Falcao's wages. And of course, there's an option to buy the player at the end of that deal. So a very successful night for Manchester United. It was a long night. It was an arduous night. We're always led to believe, despite the rumours of a failed medical, that things were going well, just very slowly. A lot of paperwork to do. And when we look back on this summer dealing, Falcao is the 7th player into the building for Louis van Gaal, and a big 7th that is, alongside Daley Blind today, giving them some defensive stability as well. I'm told he'll arrive as a defensive midfielder. The only little fly in the ointment at the moment, Marcus Rojo. He has international clearance. That allows his transfer to go through. What he doesn't have is a work permit at the moment, but much like Blind's capture and also the whole process with Falcao, which happened so quickly, Manchester United relaxed about that. I think the whole story of just why it took so long and maybe the knock-on effect to Danny Welbeck's transfer to Arsenal will come out in the remaining hours leading up to the weekend, when we hear from perhaps Louis van Gaal about how this worked. But a big summer for Manchester United. They had cash to spend. They spent a lot of it, more than £150 million, 7 players in, a host of big names out, and now the acid test beckons to climb back up the Premier League, find points and wins quickly, and I guess the key thing, a system that works with all these attacking riches. But Radamel Falcao is Manchester United's new player. Once he's talked to Louis van Gaal, we'll know his number. No number has officially been decided as yet for the Colombian.
Falcao's record at European clubs is impressive. He moved to Porto in 2009, where he scored 72 goals in 87 games. The striker then moved to Atletico Madrid, playing 91 times in 2 seasons, scoring 70 goals. He joined Monaco in the transfer window last summer. He's played 22 times for the French club and has scored 13 goals. In all, Falcao averages better than a goal every other game since moving to Europe.
The agent will probably have done his best in there to say, OK, we'll go to you, but you're not in Champions League. You'll have to make it extra special for us. And that's perhaps what's happened here. And Manchester United know they have to spend big to rediscover the glory days again under their new manager. I think Van Gaal and the way he works will have been a draw too. It certainly won't have put him off. I think working with somebody who's got the track record that he has will come into it. It's a mixture of everything, but I'm a little bit cynical. I tend to think that the agents have such a strong hand here that they put the money at the top. But it may be that he's you know, really willing to put the effort in to make this challenge of bringing Manchester United back, you know, to stand on his broad shoulders, and for him to come and be the one that brings the goals and the glory and makes, you know, Van Persie and Rooney click and come to life. And it could be very exciting for Man United.
You need players, obviously, for the squad, but you look at someone like Falcao, he's going to want to play. You look at Rooney and Van Persie, so it's going to be interesting how he juggles those 3 players and gets them into a starting lineup. I think the way Manchester United have set up this season, this formation, everyone's talking about the 3 at the back. You can have your 2 strikers there, and there's a position behind that Juan Mata's playing in. You could say that Rooney could play in that role, and you could have Falcao and Van Persie up front. That could be the only way it works really in that system. If he changes back to a 4-4-2 that United have played over the years, I think it'd be very difficult. Wayne Rooney can obviously play in a wide role, we know that. And it could be competition for the other 2 as well.
I'm surprised that he's picked Manchester United, surprised because of Arsenal. Surely Arsenal would have been wanting him. But the cynic in me would probably be saying Manchester United have thought about it. And if they can see maybe pipping Arsenal for a Champions League spot, they would rather have Falcao with them than be against them and then be at Arsenal. And I'm quite sure Manchester United fans would have liked to have seen an out-and-out centre-back, somebody of a commanding figure, somebody with great international class who was going to be playing there. City certainly went and got one in Mangala, and I think they would rather have seen that happening. Because at this moment, as I've just said, they will still leak goals.
You have to understand that it's the stature of Manchester United. Louis van Gaal's obviously looked at the squad and gone, it's not strong enough at the minute, we need more. And now they've got an attacking threat of Rooney, you know, Van Persie, Falcao. I think it's wonderful. I think it's really caught the imagination of certainly the Manchester United public anyway, and certainly knocked me off a cup of tea this morning. I couldn't believe it when the news started filtering through.
Well, Leicester signed 2 Manchester United players on deadline day. Nick Powell has joined on loan from United after making just 2 league appearances and scoring just once. Manchester United forward Tom Lawrence has signed for Leicester on a 4-year deal. The 20-year-old had not featured for United this season and has previously had loan spells at Carlisle and Yeovil.
Yeah, it's all sorted, so can't wait to get going now.
Have you signed how long's the contract?
4-year contract.
Congratulations.
Cheers, thank you.
How did it come about? When did you first know about it?
Couple of days ago, I think, and then finally got sorted. So yeah.
I mean, I wonder from your perspective, difficult to leave a club like Manchester United, but a new start for you at Leicester.
Yeah, I've been at Man United for a long time now, but can't wait to get some game time and get going.
Is that what this move's all about for you, getting first-team football in the Premier League?
Yeah, try and get as many games as I can and hopefully push on.
What difference does it make having your teammate possibly with you on loan as well? Because it looks like Nick Powell's going to complete that.
Yeah, that'll be nice as well. Yeah, I know him well, so that'll be good.
And what do you expect from Leicester this season? They've made a really good start.
Yeah. Hopefully that can carry on and be up there.
Well, Leicester have also signed 19-year-old midfielder Chris Scott from Swansea. It's an undisclosed fee.
Have you had a chance to talk to Nigel Pearson yet?
No, not yet. I haven't spoken to him yet.
But the first time you've seen the training ground, what do you make of it?
Yeah, it's very nice. I was expecting a Category 1 club, and it was lovely.
What do you hope you can achieve here?
Hopefully get into the first team as soon as possible. That's it, really.
Good luck with it. Thanks. Nice to hear, Chris.
From Falcao to Welbeck, it's been a deadline day of twists and turns, a transfer window of big-name, big-money signings. Manchester United broke the British transfer record by signing Angel Di Maria from Real Madrid for just under £60 million. It was their big statement of intent as part of a huge transfer spend this summer. Radamel Falcao's move is initially a loan. Arsenal had the second most expensive signing. Chilean international Alexis Sanchez cost them £35 million from Barcelona. Chelsea signed 2 of the top 5 biggest confirmed signings this summer. Striker Diego Costa joined them from Atletico Madrid for £32 million. Manchester City signed the French international defender Eliaquim Mangala for £32 million from Porto. City had to work under UEFA financial fair play restrictions. Club sources say that they have always been comfortable with their carefully planned transfer policy. And Cesc Fabregas was the second big-name Barcelona player to move to the Premier League this summer. He cost £30 million. But no doubt about it, the big talking point in this transfer window with 7 signings, Manchester United. They have made by far the biggest financial impact in this window, a spend of at least £145 million. But with that Falcao deal having gone through, the loan fee was £6 million. Interesting to see when you look at the other transfer deals, the clubs who have spent the most. Liverpool with £117 million. They're the only other Premier League side to have spent more than £100 million. They sold Luis Suarez to Barcelona for around £75 million. They made 9 signings over the summer, including Mario Balotelli. 3 Premier League clubs each signed 11 players. Hull, Leicester and West Brom. Burnley made 10 signings. Every Premier League club made at least 5 signings. Arsenal brought in 5 players this summer. UEFA financial fair play rules meant the top clubs had to try to balance the books within reason. Some had to sell players before buying others. This was a record-breaking transfer window. More than £842 million was spent thanks to Danny Welbeck's late move to Arsenal. That is a record, beating the previous records, which was £630 million. Such a big increase. So many big deals in this summer's transfer window. It has been an extraordinary one.
It sure has, Brian. Still to come, much more on the standout deal of transfer deadline day. Manchester United have signed Radamel Falcao more than an hour after the deadline passed.
Yeah, we're also going to round up the biggest transfers in the Championship and the other top stories as well for you as Andy